What's up, my great people? Up on set from ksound.com. Listen, in this video, I'm going to share with you some excitement that I had deep down in myself because of something that I've been waiting on for a while, and all of the features and cool things about this. It has finally released. Yes, it is the Maschine version 3. Come on, guys. Native Instruments has came out of the box and designed this thing to the most high. I mean, this thing is beautiful. It's sleek. I mean, let's just talk about the first impression. This is my first impression. My thoughts of this. Just look at the way that this is designed. Very clean. Now the pads, I don't know if they are actually bigger or they was just moved inward to make it seem like they're bigger. The pads look like they're bigger. You know, it is beautiful. It is definitely beautiful. Now on the MK3 version, this is the follow-up to the MK2, right? And let's just first talk about where I came from, you know. So this is what I have right now. We got to do quick history. This is the MK1. This is the very first version. This is what I currently carry in my backpack to this day. I am a strong Maschine Studio user, so I'm used to the two big screens. But this is not something that was implemented on this device. This device has the two big screens, but as you can see, on the MK1, it's the two small screens. Now, I remember when they first introduced it, I thought it was, man, fantastic. I thought it was brilliant because I come from the MPC background where there was only one screen, one small screen, from, you know, and that's all you were doing. You're doing everything from that one screen, and I mean, it was cool, you know, because you still was able to make music and, you know, bang around, bang out beats or whatever, you know, whatever. Not knocking that, you know. Obviously, when you live every day, you know, life's supposed to get better and devices continue updating and software updates and just things supposed to make life a whole lot better, right? So that's what's going on right here. If you can just look at this, you know what I mean? One thing I love most about the MK1 was the three knobs here. I like how it was dedicated to the volume, the tempo, the swing, and up top you can see the time, and then the pitch is up here, and then I can't remember what that is. And then, you know, to access that, it was shift, and then you turn and do whatever you got to do, right? And you know, just look at it for a second. We're gonna visit the cool and sleek design, but as you can see, you know, this is how it was before. And then we moved on to the MK2, right? The MK2 was cool, you know. The only difference between the MK1 and the MK2, in my opinion, and it was one of the main reasons why I didn't upgrade, was because that they took away all of my three knobs here and gave you a big knob. I'm like, oh man, you know what I mean? But you know, it could possibly be for the better, but I liked the three knobs better in my case, you know. And then they introduced color, which is dope. That is really dope, and that's, you know, a great feature that I have in my Maschine Studio. But you know, again, I didn't feel like dropping $600 more just to get the colors. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, you guys can agree with me that just wouldn't be a wise decision. So I stuck with my MK1, right? Again, the same design. Everything is, you know, identical to the MK1. Nothing really changed dramatically. It just was those things, you know. Essentially, that's all I'm saying. You know, we took away three knobs and gave me a big knob. It's not worth me upgrading. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the colors. And then, you know, obviously you have the micro version, which is the smallest out of all of them. The whole idea is to be able to be mobile with this device. It's kind of compact. You can still get the same job done as you can using the MK1 or the MK2 version, but you have one small screen. You have that one big knob and no other knobs. That's just it. And then you had, you know, just look at the setup and, you know, how everything was. Okay, so this is the norm. You know, I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I think the idea is if you was a MK2 or MK1 user, once you get the micro, it kind of, I don't know. And there's several people I know that actually picked up the micro first without, you know, experiencing the other two models, which is all right, you know. But you know, this is your mobile version. But moving along. This is the new and greatest, and let's just visit the hardware itself. Let's go more in depth as to what's going on here. Now, obviously, we talked about the pads and talked about the two big screens being introduced. You would think that this is the Maschine Studio, you know, the upgrade, but this is the MK3. You understand what I'm saying? And so they changed the design. It just looks sexy right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's start at the top. You got your normal, you know, channel, plug in, Ranger, your mixer, your browser, sampling, and this is coming from the Maschine Studio. I'm familiar with this setup here at the top. You know what I mean? Then you got your toggle back and forth knobs, okay? Then your save, which was somewhere down here. It was like over at the bottom. Then you got your settings. Settings was not something on the Maschine. You know, that's different. Then you got your automation here, okay, and then you got your macro. I don't remember a dedicated button being macro, or maybe it was on the Maschine Studio. I can't remember because I don't have it in front of me. Well, we're going to come down here. Here's that knob, which is cool. But what I'm noticing is these three dots, and there's one above it. And this is considered the four-way browsing navigation. And I'm really I'm curious as to how this new navigation works. You know, that's pretty cool. Then you have your volume here. So this knob does, you know, like any other versions you've owned. You know, I'm thinking if you press the volume down, this acts as a volume. If you press the swing, this acts as a swing. The tempo, and so forth. Then you got your note repeat, and then your lock. I don't remember it being a lock, but so that's something that's added here. Okay, pretty cool. Then you got your pitch, your mod, your performance, or your effect selection, and your notes. This is being implemented in the new touch strip here, which is dope. The touch strip is built to be able to toggle between different things like effects, playing with your effects. Obviously, this here, your pitch, your modulation here, and then strumming notes like guitar. The touch strip is dope. You've seen it already in the Control S, the Native Instruments Control S keyboard. You've seen this before, and you know how dope it is. And this is also implemented in the Jam, the new Jam device that's out. So now they introduced it to the Maschine world. So now we have this on the Maschine, and just imagine the dope ideas and creativity that will form from this. This is dope. Okay. Then you got your group section, which is normal. It's just different shapes. It's more of a rectangular look or whatever. Pretty dope. I like that. Okay. And then let's take a look at this. Let's see if you notice something different. You know, this transport section here. You got your restart. You got your erase, which was down here at where it's now called the stop. Yes, indeed, the stop button was not there before. This is new. Then you got your tap the tempo, your metronome right here, I believe. Then you got your follow, then you got the grid. Follow is different. That wasn't there before. And then you got your, you know, you play, you record, and you shift all the way to the right. Let's talk about the stop here. The stop that's being implemented here in the transport section only gives me one indication, that this is now being a new integration between DAWs. It is said that this is a new, fully functionable, it being fully supported by major DAWs such as Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, things like that. Now, if this doesn't work for your current DAW, I can only believe that this will be something that will be updated in the future with the new software updates, right? I don't know if this works for Studio One, but we're going to give it a try once I get this in my hands. All right, let's visit this middle section here. You got your fixed velocity. Dedicated fixed velocity. That wasn't there before. Then you got your scene as usual, your pattern, your events, your variation, your duplicate, your select, solo, mute. Variation wasn't here, but navigate was. Now what I noticed was the pad button is not here. They moved it up here, which is your pad mode. It's being moved to the top, along with this nice row of additions here. There wasn't a row of pads up here. Now you have your pad mode, your keyboard mode, your chords mode, and your step mode. Step modes was over here somewhere, and chords and keyboard. The keyboard was like listed above the pad here. So they made some changes. So this design from the other 2 or the other 3 versions is worth purchasing because they totally changed the design. There are more things that are added, things maybe, you know, deleted, taken away, which is pretty dope. And then as usual, because of the size of the device itself, the machine, the unit itself, you have your secondary functions, which is located, and I'm thinking the secondary functions is printed on the pad itself because of the space between. So now I'm thinking that this is more so pads being pushed together versus it being bigger. It just looked bigger to me, but who knows? We won't know until we actually get it physically in my hand, and so I can, you know, see what's going on for real. But it may be that the pads are pushed together and they couldn't fit the words, you know, in the cracks like they were before originally, right? Like on top of it here. So now they are implemented in pads. Okay, cool. That's dope. I love that. And you know, this, guys, this is sick. The MK3 has finally arrived. This is pretty cool. I like this. I can't wait to get my hands on this. Now, let's look at the machine, the MK3 from another angle. All right, we've talked about what was going on here, but I want you to tell me. You know, there's one thing I know you guys have been thinking or been screaming in your head. I know, like, okay, so yeah, it looks great, but what's on the back? What did they do? So if you notice, what is going on at the top, right off the bat? What do we notice? There are 3 black something sticking out on top. Is that a insert for something like a TRS connection? Are those knobs like turning something? Or perhaps those are buttons. What are you guys thinking? You know what I'm saying? What is that? Take a moment and think about, you know, they really went all out and redesigned these things, and it does more. Bam. Here we go. Here is the back. There are some changes that makes me happy. Those 3 things that was poking out are your new headphone jack volume knob. Okay, you plug your headphones, your 1/4-inch connection here. The second knob is your line out volume. How awesome is that? Now you don't need to rely on your interface or your computer. You can now have monitors coming straight out. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have your volume right here. All right. I would have loved the volume knob to be in the front of the device. That'd probably be more realistic for me. But the fact that they did this is just so, it's massive right now. You know what I mean? This is like crazy because this is something we've been waiting for, right? Then you have your mic in gain, which is your dynamic insert 1/4-inch connection. This is not for your condenser mic, but if you want to use a condenser mic to record in, all you would need to do is make sure you have a preamp with phantom power, and then plug in, I guess, out of that into TRS connection, 1/4-inch connection here into your mic in, and you'll be able to still get, you know, audio coming from here. Then you have your line in, right? But I mean, you know, just depends on what you want to do. You know what I mean? You have that option now. That's the whole point. That's the whole point right here. You have line in, and wow. So if you got turntables, or you still rocking with cassettes or 8-tracks, you know, you can go straight in. No more limitations. That barrier is now obsolete, right? And then you have your MIDI out, your MIDI in. I think it was 2 MIDI ins or 2 MIDI outs or something like that. It was a little bit more on the back of the Maschine Studio, but you know, all you need is a MIDI in, MIDI out. You know what I mean? You know, today's times, you know, what we're doing now, you know. And then you have your pedal. This was that connection that had me disappointed, because at one point I thought that it was a line in or something like that. But this pedal, or your foot switch, has been moved all the way over here. And then you have your USB and then your power connection to the wall, right? And the cool thing about this is that it uses power from your computer to power the MK3, or power from the wall. So if you want to conserve power, you know, via USB, plug it straight into your wall connection, and you can go that route. Or if you don't want to use, you know, you just want to be mobile, like how you would use a MK1 or MK2, you can just go straight in USB in the computer, which is pretty cool. So to have either option available, which is dope. And then you got your on and off. And this is something that was not implemented on the MK1 or MK2. I don't think. I never owned an MK2, but this is something that was on a MK, the Maschine Studio. I was able to power on and off. But the thing on the Maschine Studio is that it power on and off only via the power connection here. So there was no way to actually you know, just leave it on or anything like that, you know, without that connection. So let's talk about the inserts here. Now to record through here, you know, a little specs on that. You're recording 96 kilohertz at 24 bit rate, which is pretty good. Anything that you try to record, you're getting it at full quality. All right. So any of you newcomers, you know, you were thinking about getting the MK Michael, the MK2 at one point. Well, if you haven't gotten it yet, it will probably be worth looking at this one, because this one does a lot more. It comes with 8 gigabytes of Maschine, you know, just stock that it comes with, Maschine library of effects and loops and samples and things like that. And it also comes with Complete Select, which is about 25 gigabytes of power. 25 gigs of just stuff that you can just do whatever you need to do, make some hot dope records, #1 hits, just using that library alone. All right. Obviously, this thing works simultaneously with the Complete Ultimate libraries, which is the more advanced libraries where you get a whole lot more, and it works just back and forth with that. That's just something that, you know, real Maschine users is you know, like myself, it's something that we appreciate, and we can use it back and forth with our DAW. You know what I mean? Also, this thing, as usual, you can use this thing as a plug-in inside your DAW, so you're not limited to just, you know, the software that this thing comes with. You're able to continue working in your Ableton Live session, your Studio One session, Pro Tools, Logic, whatever, you know, Reason, if that's something you're using. You are able to continue to using your DAWs and use this as a plug-in, and you know, that's just dope. I am very excited about this. Once I get this in my hands, I will definitely do another review, my thoughts as to what I think about this. I will be doing tutorials showing you guys around this thing and how the new workflow works and things like that. Also, we'll be making courses, going, you know, really in depth with it, as that is the goal. That's the plan here on this channel. If you guys wish to keep up with me, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, do all that good stuff. I definitely appreciate you guys. My name is Elip from kshawn.com. Remember, music is art, You're the artist. Paint your picture.